Today I'm going to show you how to set up the Node Balancer Autoscaler through the ACI or the Analytics Cluster Interface. So right now I have a master server spawned up and I have a web UI also spawned up, so I'm going to open that. Now you can use the ACI through any terminal, but I like working through a VS Code, so I'm going to use the built-in terminal for that. So as you can see, I'm inside of my master server. So I'm going to do ACI status just to make sure that the master server is up. So to see all the commands, I'm going to type in ACI, and I'm actually going to make this full screen. So what we want to do is we want to start a node balancer. So the command's going to be ACI node balancer, and then it's going to be something else. We'll see what it is here. So we want to spawn a node balancer. So we're going to do ACI node balancer, and I'm going to do -- help so we can see all the commands. So you can see there's disable, edit, enable, info, and request. I'm going to do enable, so ACI node balancer enable. And when I do that, I get a prompt asking if I want to set this up as a manual node balancer, an auto node balancer, a manual fleet, or a recommended fleet. I'm going to stick with auto. And if you don't know what the differences between those are, I talked about it in the dashboard node balancer video, the analytics dashboard video. So I selected auto, the image was automatically selected for me. I'm going to select the first subnet option. Cache disk size, I'm going to keep it 500. Spot request. Soft limit 10, and the node balancer is successfully enabled. So we're going to do ACI status to check on that. So I ran ACI status, and you can see that the node balancer is on. And you can see all the information about the node balancer. The status is on. It's an auto type node balancer that spawns spot request servers. You can see the poll timer, the check timer, and the idle timer. So we're going to submit a job, and we're going to see that the node balancer spawns up a new node to do that job. So we're going to go, I'm going to cd into my directory where my job is at, so cd tutorial. And I'm going to submit my job with qsub, so it's qsub./test.sh. So I'll enter that, we'll click qstat to set our job has been submitted. And I'm actually going to clear this terminal out just to make some room. And now that our job is submitted, we're going to type in ACI status. And you can see that a new node, a T3 small, has been spawned. So I'm going to wait a minute for the node to finish running the job. And once the job is finished running, the node balancer is going to terminate this node balancer spawn node, this T3 small. So I'm going to clear this terminal out. Okay, so some time has passed. I'm going to type in qstat to see if the job is still running. And nothing came up, so that means that the job is completed. So now I'm going to type in ACI status to see if the node balancer has started terminating the node. So once the job is completed, the node balancer will soon after terminate this node depending on what your timers are set up as. My timers are pretty short, so it should be done by now. So I'm going to type in ACI status. And you can see that the T3 small node balancer spawn node is no longer there. It has been terminated by the node balancer. And once we're done with our node balancer, all we have to do is ACI node balancer disable. It'll prompt us to make sure that's what we want to do. We'll click yes. And you can see that the node balancer has successfully been disabled. And that is how you operate the node balancer on the ACI.